My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We specialize in dark or black screen paint products, and we also specialize in ambient light rejection technology. Now, this is something that's extremely important because I told you before that ambient light rejection technology is what people want now today. They do not want to be stuck in dark environments. They don't want to be stuck in dark rooms. They don't want to turn their. Hold on for a minute. My cat's over got an issue. Get down from there now. You're behaving. Go sit down somewhere. Let me see what's going on. Usually when he does that, that means something's at the door. Move. Nothing's there. Not a thing. Let's go. Come on. You're acting up. Fine and well until the camera came on. The minute the camera came on, he goes into his fit mode. All right, so as you can see, we have the screen in a fully lit environment with no problem whatsoever. Sorry about the disruption by Taco over here. We felt the need to basically get some attention on camera right away. And as you can see, I told you I like doing these demonstrations when we have light pushing through the windows because it really shows off what the technology is designed to do. So again, we get customers that basically have issues with window lights, the overhead lights, and this is going to cause the screen to wash out, or maybe they're having issues in that particular category. But our technology, like I said, is designed to absorb light. This is why we specialize in ambient light rejection technology and also dark screens, which are very important. Those two are extremely important, hand in hand, in order to acquire this kind of performance. Now, as I told you before, last night, or I guess it would be the next day. I don't know how that goes anyway. But anyway, we're going to do some searches on YouTube, which we're still going to do, because I want to show people out there what the normal is supposed to be. And it's pretty bad. When I look at ultra short throw setups on how they're doing it now, they're sticking with these ultra short throws now because, again, this is a projector, doesn't have to do a distance throw. It can sit back away from the screen, sit right up on top of the screen. And this is where people get a chance to cut a lot of corners. Let's see where we stuck the remote control to this unit. I don't know what he's so antsy about. He never pops up in that window like 4 or 5 times like that. So something must be out there that's got his attention. I'll be right back, okay? So anyway, I just don't like the way they're doing things now with the ultra short those setups. Because as I said before, a lot of corner cutting, a ton of corner cutting. I don't know why they have to sit in dark environments with an ultra short throw projector, because as I said before, this is a machine that's sitting right up on top of the screen at 100 inches, and there really shouldn't be any issues. But the issue is the fact that they don't have a problem with the ambient light. The problem is that the screen will wash out and fade if they stick it in a fully lit environment, which we've seen on the P2 projection on a fellow who did a review on it. As powerful as that projector is, as close as it was sitting to the screen, it washed completely out. And the projector, as I said before, works perfectly fine. The only problem is that the screen can't give the projector its maximum performance. It comes down to the screen. Like my 720p 600 by 800 res projector, which is a basic projector, the bottom of the brow, 600 by 800 res, when it comes to home theater setups, and I can actually, my screen can pick it up at 19 feet and a bay of windows at 127 inches. Comes down to the screen. Now, if that screen was gray or if it was white, it wouldn't have picked up. This is why I can sit my camera behind the back of my chair and I can show you the in full environment as you're supposed to see it, how the screen is reacting. That's why I don't like how demonstrations are being done today. You have cameras that are sitting right up on top. Well, actually, only one person does that. I hate to say it. Only one person does it. Any other people we watch with ultra short throws never do that. They're always sitting back at a distance because they want to show you the full environment with the projector. No one else does those at all, period. And their customers. That's pretty much it right there. But anyway, as I said before, with the more and more I see on ultra short throw projectors, more and more corners I see being cut. Because again, like I said, when you watch the promo demonstration, this is a ambient light controlled, not ours, but theirs is an ambient light controlled environment. And then on top of that, consider the fact that they're using ambient light, ambient light controlled. I'm very tired. I got to paint a screen in a few minutes when we get done doing this, so I've been working nonstop. But anyway, they have to do a demonstrations are done in ambient light controlled environment, calibrated projectors, and projectors, like I said, are sitting right up on top of the screen. We're doing this at 600 by 800 res, 720p at 19 feet away from the screen, and we can pick up in a bay of windows. And these are people with ultra short throws that are sitting probably 1 inch or probably about 12 inches to 1 inches or 2 inches from the screen, and they can't pick up an image from corner to corner to corner without being in the dark. For instance, ultra short throw setup right here, 150-inch screen display. We don't see 150-inch screen displays when we go on YouTube. We never find them. We hunt for them, but we can't find them. They can't pull the screen up at 150 inches. It would have all kinds of issues. Now, if you're using, I turned my lights on there for a minute. I forgot to put them on. If you're using, pixel shifting technology, I would suggest you take the projector back. Those things are garbage. The Valve projector, WeMax, they are garbage at the end of the day because, again, there is no way in the world that you're going to be able to expand to 150 inches like we have here on display and compress at the same time. Something's got to give. How can you max out a screen size and compress the image at the same time? Not going to work at all, period. That's why in the demonstrations, when we go looking for those particular projectors, we can't find them at 150 inches. The biggest we'll pick up is 120, and that's basically about it. So that's the biggest we'll pick up. They have to keep the image a certain size so that way they can compress the pixels as tight as possible, so that way they can pick up a sharp enough image without color and contrast washing out. And we're researching ultra short throws, a lot of them. And one of the things I've noticed in video after video after video, same thing every time. Dark environment, smaller image, so they can compress, get a sharp image. Brightness is not the issue. It's an ultra short throw. You really actually, at the end of the day, don't need 3,000 lumens for an ultra short throw projector because you're sitting on top of a screen. It's all about, you start doing distance throw, then projectors that have to be back 19 feet and so forth. Those are projectors that are going to require more higher lumen counts because they got to travel a greater distance to make it from A to B. And depending on how much light you have in the environment, you're going to have to sacrifice some lumens. It's going to have to be enough lumens to make contact with the screen to generate the screen to pull up a big enough image, or big enough image, but an image back that is acceptable that the screen can actually generate off. So say the screen takes 2,000, minimum of 2,000 lumens to generate. And you're 19 feet back, depending on how much light you have per square inch, the distance throw from where the projector is at 19 feet. You're going to have enough lumens. Of course, you're going to figure out you're going to lose lumens between A to B. You need a minimum of 2,000 lumens to hit the screen to get the screen to actually generate and activate. That's how that works. Ultra short throws don't have that issue. They are literally sitting right up on top of the screen. So the lumen count should not be an issue at all whatsoever, because even at 1,500 lumens, you are literally sitting up on the screen at about 12 inches away from the screen. That ain't a distance at all, period. You're literally kissing the screen. Some are actually even closer than that. So that's not an issue. The issue is that the screen can't pull up color or contrast. That's the issue. That's why you see the demonstrations in the dark. Think about it. If you have 3,000 lumens, I don't think being in the dark is going to be an issue. And being with the lights on shouldn't be an issue either at an inch away from a screen at 3,000 lumens. The problem they're having is they can't see color and they can't see contrast, and that washes out. Now, that's not the ultra short throws issue, that's the screen's problem. The screen has that problem, not the ultra short throw. No, what's our ceiling doing now? Ceiling's doing something completely different. I love it how YouTube automatically turns your video into completely something different because they want to transfer something else. Are we doing space stations on the ceiling? Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. I'm saying space stations. I like this one right here. We found this. I just found this one. This one is fantastic, but the problem is the video doesn't even last that long. It's still a nice one. So, in our demonstrations, we have our $60 NEC ultra short throw projector. I love doing this. Boom. being to show the screen up with all that light coming in. I love it. But anyway, we have our $60 ultra short throw projector. And this shows our customers at the end of the day that they are saving thousands. I was looking for a projector that could do that. This is what I need on my ceiling, but I need one of those projectors like we have for the starlight to do. Does the meteor, the asteroids moving back and forth. That's what I wanted for the ceiling. This is gonna be great tonight. But anyway, let's get back to this. Enough with the ceiling. All right, so as I told you before, that we're gonna be doing a search. We're gonna go online, we're gonna look around, and we're gonna see how many people with these expensive ultra short throw projectors are displaying exactly like we're doing right now. At 150 inches in a 40 lit environment, how many people are doing the exact same thing? And like I said, I'm not criticizing the projectors. The projectors work perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with them. It's the screen that's having the issue. And pretty soon we'll probably have the projection screens hating us too next. Now, what would be the point of going out and spending all this money for an expensive projector if, and especially if you're going to spend a lot of money for the contrast? You're definitely going to spend money for contrast. They're not giving you that for free. You will pay for that. So what's the point of going out and spending all this money for a projector with a high contrast capability when the screens are already black? My projector here, I think, has a 2,000:1 contrast ratio. I think that's what it is. So this projector right here can see a better black level than a projector with a 2,000,000:1. And for those who are saying, oh, but that's not possible. Oh, it is possible, because it comes down to the screen at the end of the day. Your 2,000 or 4 million or 5 million or 20 million, 50 million. You're not going to see a 100% contrast level. There is no projector on the face of the planet that is going to be able to take a white screen and convert it into a 100% black level. It doesn't exist anywhere at all. Why do you think they make darker screens? Why do you think the gunmetal technology is so expensive? Because it gives you a closer ability to be able to pick up a darker contrast level. This is why darker screens cost more. That was the whole purpose of the gunmetals when they came out, was having the ability to be able to produce a darker contrast level. And with darker contrast levels comes more deeper and richer colors. And still yet they calibrate. This is my favorite part right here. To be able to see my screen here and my screen over there, especially with the window light pushing back and forth. So do you need to go out and spend the money for an expensive projector? Nah, you really don't have to. If you want all the bells and whistles and everything that comes with it, hey, all good and fine. But guess what? You don't have to be stuck at 100 inches. I see all those small screens, we call them small screens because that's what they are, at 100 inches when you could be at 150. Now, for those of you saying, but I can do 150 on it. No, you cannot do 150 on a gray screen. If a gray screen is already having an issue and a problem pulling up at 100 inches, what do you think a 150 is going to do? A 150, the bigger your screen, the more light it's going to take in because the screen is huge. So no, you're not going to be able to pick up color and contrast, and you're going to have to be in a dark environment and all that other stuff. If that was the case, we would have saw dozens of 150-inch screens in fully lit environments. All right, I like going back to this screen the most. This is my favorite one because it's such a low-end projector. Well, I like this one right here. This has the black background. That I do like. I like that one. I got to do me a 235.1. I found ViewSonics for $120, and these are the models that do the 235.1 setup. So I'm going to pick one of those up for a 235.1 design. Now, this right here, the surface we're using, for those who want to know what it is, it's not painted to the wall. This is the blackout cloth surface. This is the one we make. It's a pre-coated screen for customers who, at the end of the day, you might not want to paint, you might not want to build. this is perfect. This is something that can be hanged over the photo backdrop, or basically you can just connect it to your wall with your screws. We got 1, we got 2, we got 3, we got 4. That's it. That's the only thing hanging the screen up. We got no rails or no pieces of wood, no frame, nothing. This is just hanging from the wall. It's stretchable, it has no creases, no wrinkles, it's acoustic, sound can travel through it, it can produce a 100% contrast level, and it has the best ambient light rejection I've seen so far on YouTube. And for those who are saying, well, that's not true, well, we're going to be going on the hunt. 750-inch screens we see on a $60 Ultra Short, those 720p in a fully lit environment. And not going to pick up much. I'm not going to pick up any of that. All right, so just wanted to show that off and come back over here. I love it when the light comes through the window. We have to do these demonstrations to show you how amazing this looks. So we're going to be doing something interesting today. I think we already got spotty rain coming through because I can see it right there on my driveway. We're going to see if we can get it done. We're going to be doing an invisible screen out of a $6 PVC plastic tablecloth. Gotta have fun. We get bored. We painted just about everything you could possibly think of. Mind you, I got over 6,000 videos. I've painted a lot of stuff. So we got to start thinking up stuff. So this right here is an acoustic screen converted to the Gamer. That's the Gamer 39. That's the Gamer Acoustic, which is not available yet because I haven't got around to doing it because I'm a little busy. What's going on in the ceiling? Oh, that's that display right there. Can we get no, we don't want that one. That's just too weird. I'll take that one now. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Do we want to do fish on the ceiling? Nah. Ooh, what's this right here? Cosmo 4K? Oh, okay. We'll take the Cosmo 4K. We'll do that. That's something else too. When we show the screen over top, this is my screen for those who know, 180-inch display on the ceiling that has a ceiling light fixture in the center of the screen. If you want to talk about ambient light rejection technology, this is why we call ourselves experts in it, because our screens, one of the screens literally sits on top of the ceiling with a light fixture in the center of it. And that same light hits the 150-inch screen on a $60 projector. The price for my setup in here, $200. That's it. And this is why you can't paint gray screens to the ceiling or white, because they cannot see the contrast at all, which will not pick up, especially when you have a ceiling light in the center of your screen. All right, so let's go pop over here real quick and show you what we did last night. So we do these for customers. We show them. We don't do this for customers. Don't anybody think I'm going to do this for you, because we're not. It's not hard to do. It's kind of like if you ever did blackout cloth around a frame, same scenario. It is same scenario. So this right here is a tablecloth I picked up off of Amazon. These are PVCs. These are protectors. You know, grandmother, maybe your mom has one of these on her table to keep your kids from scratching up the pretty wood. And this right here, you can turn these into projection screens. Well, we use them for front and rear screens. Now, I'm considering maybe bringing out a version for customers. So we know around Halloween, we always get asked a ton of questions about this technology, because they use them for visual effects, 3D mapping, and whatever stuff you're going to use to haunt their house. So this is what we're using. So the problem is that basically some people are doing these displays. Well, I should be doing this at another time, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'm getting off track. Let's go back over here. We'll talk about that later on. All right, well, that's basically about it. We're showing off the ambient light rejection technology, showing you that you don't have to go out and spend money for an overpriced, expensive projector. And for those of you who do have these overpriced or expensive projectors, just think how much more you can get out of your projector instead of sitting in the dark trying to figure out where the coffee table's at. For those of you that are worried about window light, your screen washing out or fading, that is of the past. I don't have to go through that ever at all, period. And if you're worrying about whether if a 600 by 800 res projector is not going to give you a clear enough image, I'm here to tell you and show you that it will. All right, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Our screen paint products are available on our website with free worldwide shipping. Thank you for your time. I have to go. We'll be back on in about a few because I want to talk about the screens, how to build these screens for people who are trying to build a large, very large surface when it comes to front and rear. Oh, by the way, I forgot to add, these screens are actually front and rear also too. Can you imagine that? The acoustic screens that Elite sells are white and gray. That's a 100% black screen that can pull a 100% black contrast level. And this screen is also acoustic. Elite is acoustic. But also this screen is front and rear. And the screens are not front and rear. But yet you'll pay like $1,500, $1,600 for the screens. And that's just for a 100-inch. These are 150s. All right, people, with that being said, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. We are going to be showing off Taco's paint today. Yeah, we got a lot going on today. So Taco's paint is going to be on display today. We're going to be doing a test run on it. All right, with that being said, thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Be safe out there, and God bless.